Hi, so my name is Thomas Wolfensberger. I'm the founder of Now, and I'm accompanied by Carl. Maybe you introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. My name is Carl Fleetwood. I've been with Now pretty much since the beginning, and I'm currently CFO and COO of the company.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So, in the next few minutes, I will take the joy to guide you through what Now does. We're very interested in also hearing from you and your comments. So, maybe let me start with a few investor highlights. So, Now is a next generation social media platform. You will see in a minute exactly how it works, but basically, it's a combination of a very powerful AI-powered, machine learning-powered social media platform with an own loyalty points ecosystem that works in harmony. And we have a very novel approach to integrating local business, and you will see how that works. We think that the investment case has very strong growth opportunities because we're operating in a market that's very large and still growing. So social media advertising sales globally, $233 billion annually with an annual growth of over 6%. And on the back of this, strong market indicators, we also have experienced some very strong growth. We just added a few indicators from the Q3 to Q4 growth. We have more indicators, but only the comments, for example, already increased 117% in the fourth quarter, and downloads increased by 59% in the last quarter. Our business model is very proven, very standard, but also very scalable. We have two revenue models. One is programmatic advertising, which is basically the model that all the social networks use, where we sell our ad inventory through ad bidding platforms globally, where we assume a CPM, so a cost per thousand impressions between 10 and $20. And then on the other hand, we have a SaaS model, which is the new business model, which basically allows businesses to use the platform for marketing purposes, for loyalty purposes, etc. And that follows more of a SaaS logic, so more functionality logic. And we combine both business models in one. We have a team that's very diverse in expertise. So I will talk a little bit more about myself in a minute, but we have a lot of expertise in technology development, app development, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, community building, etc. And we'll talk much more about that. So currently, share price is at 1640 in euros. The analyst price target is at 41. So we have some room to grow here. The best thing is what we found out is to acquaint people to the platform by showing them what it's able to do. So if you allow me, on the left, you see um, on the left, you see the first sequence that explains user profile. You can post, you can like, you can message. So there's an integrated messaging tool, so users can message each other. They can search for content, and they can basically, do everything that you would expect in a social media platform. Then the second small sequence is about polls. We have a way of asking people for data by giving them points, and that results in a much higher participation rate. These points can be used to play with, to win more prizes, to win more points. For example, here we just won 100 points in a spin and win feature. We have other games like the One Armed Bandit that we're going to roll out soon, which is a game where you can basically that you can put into your social media feed. This is something that no social media platform has, where you could say, okay, you can play this once in 24 hours to keep people coming back to your social media feed, basically. That's very unique on Now, and there'll be more in this realm. Then we have, the question is what to do with the points. Basically, we have the businesses that can make offers, and that can put those offers onto the map, and then other people will see them on the map. They can buy these offers and they can get points for that. So we use the exact same point-based logic to run a loyalty basically infrastructure right in the same environment. And that's really the new thing. So we can create user journeys from online, from social media to offline, to the physical shops. And then the community can see these offers on the map, as you see here. So there's a boost by a restaurant called On Restaurant. You see where those offers are. You see what you're getting and how many points you're getting. And yeah, that's basically this flow that goes from online to offline and back. And then what to do with these points? There's a point wallet. There are vouchers. You can use these points basically to buy products from our partners. In this context, what you see here is we have a lot of choice here from partners that participate through our partner Twint in this case. So you can basically take your Now points and get a voucher from Google Play or Spotify or the other partners. So that's in a nutshell what we do today. We'll get into what we will do in the future a little bit later. I wanted to give you a little bit of background about myself for those who don't know me. So I started out my career in business and IT, but I was very interested and very drawn to the subject of social interaction in virtual communities. I wrote a book about that. That was my PhD thesis, and I'm only saying it because it's exactly the thing that we're working on right now. I was then working for IBM and Accenture, and then started my first fintech business called Swiss Risk Financial Systems, which I sold with 120 employees a few years later and a global client base. Then I started a real estate company called Preet Properties, which I built to about 2.6 billion in volume, over $1 billion in market cap. I have a lot of experience in capital markets issuances, and I want to use this experience to also forward the case of Now. So we've been listed since the 5th of December last year, and it's been going quite well. And yeah, so that's a bit of background about the company. Obviously, we have more people in the company than just me. So here are some of the main guys in the management, Carl, Gabriel, and Benjamin, and board member Michel Polo. And you see that we are based in Zug in Switzerland, and you see the last share price, and yeah, we're listed on the Düsseldorf Exchange. So let me mince a few words about social media as a basically advertising space. So this has been growing at an incredible rate, and there's no signs of this stopping. So a large and growing market, we talked about that. So this social media platforms, sometimes people think there can be only one or two or three big platforms, but that's not the case. There are literally dozens of platforms of different sizes, and the ambition that we have is to get to about 18.75 million users by 2028, which means that we will still be a relatively small and niche platform compared to those big ones. So that's our ambition, just so this is explained. We think that social media and retail in marketing, they have a lot of unsolved problems, and we think that we have some ideas how to address those problems. So for the user, good content is not systematically rewarded. And we try to change that. On the creator side, we see the problem that only the largest creators really get significant compensation, not the smaller ones. And we really try to introduce an element of democracy, let's say, also giving back to the important, let's say, smaller influencers, nano influencers that make up the fabric actually of social connection. Then very important for the brands, the reach is constantly going down on social media for most brands. So it's very difficult actually as a brand to run for example, an Instagram account that reaches a lot of people. And we have very good recipes how to increase the reach through gamification that you saw before. And then for retail, there's really not a system that gives incentives for people to actually go and shop somewhere. And we have built that. So you can think of now as something that gives retailers a way to systematically attract people into their shops in a new way using social media. So the solution is now global social media platform with an integrated reward system to provide users and local businesses with a new and fundamentally improved interaction opportunities. And we dub this social media as it should be because that's what people say when they see it. In order to do this, we had to combine 4 key technologies into one product. Those are extremely important: AI, mobile and geolocation, social media, and a reward system. And we all developed this in-house into one platform. And this platform consists of a product family consisting of a now iOS and Android app on the consumer side. And very importantly, by the way, we sent out a press release this morning talking about the fact that now from today, our Android app is on the same level as our iOS app, which was a lot of work, and we're quite proud because the iOS app had quite a head start, and now the Android app is on par. Android is very important also for our expansion in Germany because the German market is about 70% Android. So we prepared for that, and now we did today. Then on the business side, we have a business app and a web app, basically, that we launched at the end of last year, and that's going to be responsible for the SaaS revenues that I talked about. So this is a business we want to build in the coming years, onboarding more businesses that can use this suite of solutions to market their products. So what's really different, again, from now to other platforms? So improved relevance is something that we're very good at because we can ask questions, we can give points for the answers. So our user profiles become much more detailed and better than with other platforms. Rewards and gamification is the second point. So we aim to be an engaging social platform that rewards people, that uses gamification all the way through the whole journey. And I think you saw some of these elements in the earlier movie clips that I showed. And then hyper localization. So 80% of advertising income on, let's say, Instagram or Facebook come from global digital clients. Local business plays a very limited role in social media advertising, and social media advertising is the biggest advertising block, let's say, the whole advertising market in the world. So there's an underrepresentation of local business in social media, and we're changing that by using Now Business to give businesses a better tool to make, to place local advertising with specific incentives for people to come into local shops. This is very important. So we talked about what kind of features we already have. I wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse into what we're working on right now, because we have a very strong development team that is working as we speak in 5 different countries on advancing our product. And we wanted to show you basically a few important areas where we're advancing. So one is Now Sense, which is our AI algorithm, which we use to improve people matching, content recommendations, search relevance, business offers, and advertising. Our dream is to connect every product in the physical world with every user that we have. So in an AI best way. So the best recommendations for any product, any person, any piece of content with the ideal user, let's say. That's what we're working on, and we're making very good progress there. And this is an extremely exciting journey. Super Recommender is a product that we developed. It's not yet launched, but it will be launched in the next 2 months, I would say, where users will be able to meet other people based on whatever interest, and it would also be AI powered. So it's going to be a very effective and powerful tool to introduce people to each other based on mutual interests, behavioral patterns, who you know, but also about we want to make people meet in the real world, because life is not only on the screen. So it's also about sharing real world experiences and connecting people who have done the same thing. Loops 2.0 is the upgrade of our video platform. So basically, it's going to be much more exciting to see more content there. The video platform that we have today works great, but it has limitations with respect to the recommendation system, and that will be changed also very soon. Then Now Games and Competitions, we are actually developing a string of games that go into the social media experience, and some of them you saw already, and we use them to get people onto a feed, let's say a business feed, and also some of them can be activated when people actually go into a shop. So you can spin the wheel, but only if you go to that shop. Imagine what that would trigger for campaigns that aim to get people to go somewhere, shop somewhere. Dating is also something new. It is something that our members are very interested in, and it's a very good business opportunity because the market price for a dating app is about 10 euros a month or so for a subscription. So this is a very easy, actually for us, relatively easy way to scale our revenues in the future. Pulse 2.0 is basically an infrastructure where we can ask anything, and we're going to and compensate people for it. So we're going to use it to play games, localized or overall, and it will be a very interesting tool to attract people with engagement. So what's the difference between now and YouTube or Instagram? Engagement options, we have more than just liking, commenting, or sharing, much more actually. There are incentives for everybody. There's a very strong element of local relevance. There is very high precision in the when we target audiences based on the better profiles that we have, and we have a lot of organic reach still. What's the difference between, for example, Now and Google Maps? On Google Maps, you can see basically every company, everything you want to see. On Now social media, you would see those businesses that will give something to you if you do business with them or if you walk into their shop. So opportunities to actually get a reward, for example. Great. So this is our positioning in the market between a rewarding discovery and being part of a community. We have been blessed with very good numbers on for example, on the session time. So as we have added features and functionality, our session time has gone up considerably. We're very happy about that. And with all the AI that will come into the platform now, we expect this to continue, and we're very happy that this has worked like this. We've already been in the top 10 of the best social apps worldwide in terms of user retention. Actually, what you see here is top 10 is 15.5% retention in week 4, and now is at 32. So we're actually probably in the top 3% worldwide in terms of user retention already. So, and these numbers are very important for the future rollout of the platform. Then in January, as a result of all of that, for the first time, we have been able to reach the 3rd place in the Swiss App Store, which in the app charts, which you see here. And we were very, of course, proud, but it also showed that what we're doing resonates with people. And we really look forward to scoring a higher place in the App Store in all the markets that we'll tackle in the future. Then we have very good feedback from our clients that we run advertising campaigns for, because we know how to basically use our tools to get much higher engagement rates than is what's doable in a standard social media setting. And these are just a few examples. Then already some interesting people in Switzerland have chosen now, and as we speak, we're also adding more influencers and content creators, etc. And soon the same thing will happen in Germany and in Austria. So we're aiming to increase our reach into the DACH market first, and then on from there, basically. So we've had now over 90,000 downloads with about 6.5 million monthly user sessions. Yeah, these are a few numbers. About 8,500 active users, and that number is now expected to scale. Our business model, we talked about, it's a programmatic advertising to the left and the SaaS-based model on the right, but I'm not going to go into much more detail here for the sake of time. Then we have 5 very interesting growth levers that we're using. M&A, so we're buying small agencies to complement our offering. That's a plan. We have good organic growth. We use influencers, we use events, and we use performance marketing. A few words about the value mechanics. So if we pay $6 for a download, we know that we'll lose a few of these users until we have a long-term user. So right now we think that our cost to get to a long-term user is about $40. And if we look at what the value is of one of these long-term users, we see that our value proxy is about $470. So there's the value mechanics are very favorable for us. What does the market say about us? We have a very good App Store rating. We have a very good partners that talk about us. For example, AWS, who are actually helping us, sponsoring us, etc. So we're very happy with these partnerships. And yeah, so I think I'm at 24 minutes. Thank you very much. I think we have now time for some Q&A.
Yes, a few questions already came in. So first of all, what does NOW actually stand for?
Okay, so NOW stands for the moment now. We want to bring everything that's around you to you in one instance. So basically, it's a different way of spelling NOW, and that's so to live in the now, not in the tomorrow, not in the yesterday, but to actually see and feel everything that's around you.
And the biggest hurdle will probably be to get more users onto the platform. So will you maybe try to win over or buy big creators that they also join your platform to promote the platform?
Yes, that is a part of the strategy, and we have already some interesting creators, and so now that the growth is accelerating, we know how to expand that, and our marketing strategy is based on actually getting more creators to work with us in this context.
Yeah. And could you give us a geographical distribution of the active users? Is it mostly Switzerland, Germany, and the US, or where is everyone located more or
We're
less?
very focused in Switzerland. So we have, I would say about 80% is Swiss, and then I would say 10% is German and 10% is US right now. But we haven't marketed either in Germany nor in the US. So this came spontaneously.
Okay. And you talked about AI. What is AI actually doing on your platform?
So AI basically basically analyzes the data that each user, what each user looks at, and then decides what to show them in terms of the feed or or the search or the people it recommends. And we are in the beginning of this. So our first algorithm that we introduced showed already 8 times more relevance than what we had before. But now we're working on something that is much, much more powerful, and that will be rolled out in the next months to increase the relevance and use all the data that we have that other platforms don't have.
And how do you do the content moderation? Is it moderated at all? Is it automated? How do you do it?
It's mostly automated, but we also do some moderation because we have some tools that tell us if something's inappropriate. So we also have filters that look out for content that we don't want to show. And so it would be not correct if I would say we don't moderate the content.
Okay. And how much was already invested in the platform?
So to date, we invested about 8 million euros into the platform. Yeah.
And can you tell us a bit more about the shareholder structure?
The shareholder structure is such that just over 50% is me. And then I have then there's a second shareholder that is about, I would say, 35% or so, or 30%. And then we have a few in the group, a few smaller shareholders, and then we have a free float of about 10%, or maybe now 12%.
And what's your M&A strategy? Or do you have an
So
M&A goals?
yeah, so the M&A strategy. So why M&A in the first place? So M&A for me is always a very interesting tool to add value to any company. So in my past job at Peach Property, I've done a lot of acquisitions in real estate, but always buying companies and integrating them. And so the strategy here is to basically look out for companies that are very synergetic to our core business in terms of having clients, having users, having content creators and content. And so we're looking out for these businesses. And then when we buy them, we want to add value by not only the synergies, but also by managing those companies on our platform with more synergy to increase the revenue, maybe increase the multiples and reap the synergies and grow the platform altogether. So in combination, we think this is going to be a very attractive proposition. Also, it will be an attractive proposition to get into new markets. So you can imagine that most probably, if we want to enter a new geographic market, we will do it with an acquisition.
Okay. So we have just 30 seconds left. So maybe you can wrap it up for what's the investment case in 20 seconds?
It's a very future-proof platform with a very solid technology base. We're growing at a very good rate. I think we've been introduced to the stock market very well. We have actually very good volumes. So, and the price is quite attractive right now. So I think a small allocation to the Now stock would be very beneficial in the coming years because of course, our goal is to grow this tremendously.
Okay. Thomas and Carl, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.